Hey, join me as I take on the challenge of recreating authentic Malaysian Nasi Lemak Bungkus from the streets and see if I can capture that same flavor and vibe at home. Nasi Lemak Bungkus, for those who might not know, is a staple street food in Malaysia. Fragrant coconut rice served with fried anchovies, peanuts, boiled egg and spicy sambal sauce, all wrapped in banana leaves. It's a harmonious balance of flavors and texture that's both humble and satisfying. And as someone who's grown up with this dish, I have always been fascinated by its ability to evoke a sense of nostalgia and community. Recreating an authentic Nasi Lemak Bungkus that captures the essence of street food experience is no easy feat. It requires more than just following a recipe. It demands an understanding of the culture context, the nuance of flavor, and the emotional connection that Malaysians have with this dish. For me, the challenge lies in distilling the complexity of Nasi Lemak into a simple yet authentic experience that resonates with the people who matter most, the ones who grow up with this dish. I have spent countless hours researching recipes, talking to my old Malay friends, and experimented with different cooking techniques to try and nail the flavor profile of Nasi Lemak Bungkus at Sydney. I couldn't find anything quite like it, so I decided to make it at home, and now I'm sharing this secret recipe with you. Let's get started. First, let's begin with the heart of Nasi Lemak, the coconut milk rice. I'm using basmati rice for a light and fluffy texture. You can also substitute the basmati rice with jasmine rice. Rinse 3 cups of basmati rice until the water runs clear. This helps remove excess starch, making the rice less sticky. Adding the washed basmati rice into a rice cooker. Add in 1 cup of water. And also the ratios for the coconut milk rice is we will start adding 3 cups of good quality of coconut milk. If you're an Asian country, you can easily find those fresh coconut milk. Whereas in Sydney, I'm using this UHT Iron Brand coconut milk for this coconut milk rice. Coconut milk adds a rich, creamy texture to the rice, making it moist and flavorful. Using a ratio which is 3:3 ratios ensure that the rice is adequately coated in coconut milk without becoming overly soapy. These ratios creates a balanced flavor profile where the sweetness and creaminess of coconut milk complement each other. So pro tips here is 1:1 ratios means 1 cup of rice and equivalent to 1 cup of coconut milk. Remember, you can adjust the water level slightly based on your rice cooker's instructions. Follow the manufacturer's instruction for the water level according to your rice. This will ensure perfectly cooked rice every time. For my basmati rice is 2 cups of water and 3 cups of coconut milk. Add in some pinch of sea salt. Last secret for this Nasi Lemak is to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. This is to prevent the grains from sticking together by coating them, ensuring a fluffy, separate texture that is key for Nasi Lemak. It also gives the rice a glossy, attractive finish, enhancing its visual appeal and making it look more appetizing. This simple step not only improves the texture but also adds a luxurious touch to the dish. To make it aromatic, we will also add 2 slices of chopped red onion, 1 bruised lemongrass, which is only take on the stalk part, 1 garlic clove, 3 slices of sliced fresh ginger. Of course, not forgetting the fresh pandan leaf, the core ingredient of Nasi Lemak coconut milk rice. Tearing pandan leaves slightly and tying them into a knot enhances their ability to release more fragrance during cooking. Fold the leaf over itself to create a loop. Thread one end through the end, another loop, and form a loose knot. This simple technique intensifying the infusion of pandan flavor while the knot keeps the leaves easy to remove and prevents them from tangling in the coconut milk rice. Once tied the knot, gently tear the leaf lengthwise at the end of the seam, creating more surface area for the aroma to escape. Place it at the middle of the rice cooker and voila, that's all done of our all ingredients. Close the rice cooker lid and now let the rice cooker do the work. Once it's done, we will fluff it with a spatula or a fork. You will see how rich and fragrant the rice will be. While waiting the rice to be cooked at the same time, let's prepare our rice condiment. Let's cook perfect hard-boiled eggs. Arrange the fresh eggs, around 6 of them, in a single layer in saucepan or a pot. Then cover them with water. Ensure the water level is about covering the egg surface. Once the eggs cook, remove the water or transfer the eggs to a bowl to stop cooking process and makes the eggs easier to peel. Once cold, gently tap the eggs on the hard surface to crack the shells and peel them for smooth, easy removal. Look at the perfect shapes. Repeat the same thing for the rest of the 5 eggs. Set aside. Next step, let's prepare the ingredient. Soak around 30 dry chilies. Soaking dry chili is essential because it rehydrates them, making them softer and easier to blend into a smooth paste for a recipe like our Sambal chili later on. Soaking also helps release the chili's flavors and allows the natural heat and rich color to be better incorporated into our sambal. This process ensures the dry chilies contribute a deep, balanced flavor and a vibrant red hue, rather than a harsh, dry heat. Of course, before soak it with hot water, make sure that you wash and rinse with the cold water of the dry chilies. Once it's washed and rinsed off, now it's time for us to add in the hot water and soak it before we blend into the chili sambal. In the meanwhile, do the same thing and wash and rinse off the anchovies. This is an important step to remove excess salt and any impurities, including removing any bones. After rinse off, drain the anchovies and pat them dry with paper towel to remove any excess moisture. Set it aside. Now let's prepare the next condiments, which is the roasted peanuts. Here are the frying pans. You can find all these tools and ingredient links in the show note description box below. Check it out. Pour the peanuts into the hot pan, spreading them out evenly. Cook in the low heat of this peanut for 5 to 7 minutes, stirring occasionally to prevent burning. The peanuts are done when they turn a deep golden brown and start to release a nutty aroma. Remove the peanuts from the pan and let them cool slightly before storing and eating. You can also choose to roast it in oven or air fryer. Next, let's prepare our core ingredients of sambal chili of our Nasi Lemak. Once the dried chili that we previously soaked has softened, cut the chilies open lengthwise with kitchen scissors or a knife to expose the seeds. Gently scrape out the seeds using your fingers or a small spoon if desired. Rinse the chilies briefly under the cold water to eliminate any remaining seeds. Beware, it's spicy. Make sure that you wear gloves if you can't tolerate about the chili. Repeat the same steps for all dry chilies and for red fresh chilies. Removing the seeds is very important for a couple of reasons. First, the seeds contains a significant amount of capsaicin, the compound responsible for the heat in chilies. By removing them, you can lower the spiciness of our sambal, allowing for a more balanced flavor profile. Secondly, seeds can create a gritty texture in sauces and our sambal. Eliminate them ensure a smoother consistency. which is particularly desirable for our sambal. Now it's time to blend. In our blender, let's combine our spices. 3 garlic cloves, smash. 1 shallot, chop. Add in 6 fresh red chilies that is deceased and slightly chopped into the blender. Similarly, add in the rest of 30 dry chilies that is fully deceased and soaked in the hot water. Close the blender lids and let's blend together. When blended, the chilies transform into a vibrant paste that has a rich, glossy appearance. The color typically ranges from deep red to bright crimson, depending on the variety of fresh and dry chili that you use. Add in 4 tablespoons of water. If your fresh chili is quite juicy, you can just adjust the water level accordingly. The texture should be smooth with a slightly thick consistency, free of any large chunks or seeds. If it does, make sure that you keep scraping from the spoon into the middle of the blender and close the lid and keep blend again. The overall look is appetizing and indicative of the both flavors to come soon. Again, use the spoon to scrape it out into the middle of the blender. And now let's add in around 4 tablespoons of coconut milk. Add in some sourness, 1 teaspoon of tamarind paste. Tamarind has a unique tangy and slightly sweet flavor that adds depth and complexity to our sambal. In fact, the tartness of tamarind helps to counteract the spiciness of the chilies. In Malaysian cuisine, tamarind is a traditional ingredient that adds authenticity to the dishes normally. Let's do the bliss again of the blender. Final secret is our 1 teaspoon of shrimp paste, which is known as pelajan in Malaysia. It's essential in sambal for its rich umami flavor and adds depth and complexity to our sambal. Its distinctive aroma, which becomes more aromatic when cooked later on, imparts a unique character to the sambal. If it does slightly blitz of the blender, as a traditional ingredient in Southeast Asian cuisine, its inclusion ensures authenticity, connecting the sambal to our cultural roots in Malaysia. How gorgeous is our chili paste! Before we cook our chili sambal, let's deep fry our anchovies. Carefully add the pat-dried anchovies, frying them for about 2 to 3 minutes until they turn golden brown and crispy. Make sure you turn to lower heat when you deep fry the anchovies. Once done, remove them from the oil and place them on the plate or with paper towels to drain excess oil. Allow the anchovies to cool completely before we serve with our nasi lemak, where they will remain perfectly crispy and ready to be enjoyed later. In the same pan, add our blended chili paste and saute over medium heat for about 8 to 10 minutes. Make sure that it's low heat. Keep stirring to prevent it from burning and let the delicious aroma fill our kitchen. After a couple of minutes, now it's time for us to add aromatics. Add in a handful of anchovies that is pat-dried previously. Now add in half of a sliced large red onion to the pan and saute for another 2 to 3 minutes until the red onions are softened. Close the frying pan lid and let it simmer for a couple of minutes. Lightly stir it, and now it's time for us to incorporate other ingredients. Stir in 1 teaspoon of coconut sugar, a pinch of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of ABC sweet soy sauce. Close the lid and let it simmer for a couple minutes. Adjust the saltiness and sweetness according to your own flavors. I include 1 more teaspoon of raw sugar to adjust the level of sweetness. You may also add more salt or sugar to suit your preference. Once cooked, remove the sambal chili from the heat and let it cool. You can store it in an airtight container in the fridge for up to a week, but make sure that it's completely cool before you store it into the container. In the meanwhile, if you're new here, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so that you won't miss out any delicious recipes. Well, back to our chili sambal. And there you have it, our homemade chili sambal. Perfect for adding the spicy kick to our coconut rice later. Now all the ingredients are done. It's the most exciting part. Wrap the Nasi Lemak Bungkus. To complete our Nasi Lemak Bungkus, we will need to wrap the rice and condiments in our banana leaves. First, clean the banana leaves thoroughly to remove any dirt or debris. Cut them into square pieces that are large enough to wrap the rice. Below the banana leaves you can use any paper or newspaper underneath the banana leaves. Place a portion of the coconut milk rice in the center of the banana leaf. Take a small piece of banana leaf, place beside the rice. Add your favorite toppings such as fried anchovies, fried peanuts, place our delicious chili sambal on the small piece of banana leaves. Topping with few slices of cucumber, a quarter of hard-boiled egg at the side. Every ingredient, every technique, every sensation is a sensory trigger that evokes a deeper connection to my Malaysian heritage. Now let's fold the banana leaf over the rice. Slowly fold the banana leaf and the paper from the side over the rice. Tuck in on the both sides and secure it with a wrapper or newspaper for the traditional look. This is how you normally get it from a street vendor in Malaysia. Creating like a puzzle, tuck the end securely to prevent the contents from spilling out. Is important method. So simple, and there you have it. Your Nasi Lemak Bungkus is ready to be enjoyed. The banana leaves adds a unique aroma and flavor to the dish. As I take my first bite of the recreated Nasi Lemak Bungkus, the flavors and texture explode on my palate, transporting me back to the streets of Malaysia. The coconut rice is fluffy and aromatic, the fried anchovies crispy and savory, and the sambal sauce spicy and tangy. It's like a taste of home, of memories, of emotion. I'm hit with a sense of pride and accomplishment. I never think that I managed to do the Nasi Lemak Bungkus at home, and I did it. I managed to capture the essence of Nasi Lemak Bungkus, if only for a moment. Here's recap my traditional Nasi Lemak Bungkus recipe. Or you can go to hankery.com for print out recipe. Why not watch this how to make Penang Asam Laksa for the Malaysian recipes for the next video. Or looking for more ideas? Check out our hometown food cooking series playlist. Don't forget to share your experience, or if you have any other Malaysian dishes you would like me to recreate, let me know. I would love to take on the challenge. Make sure you click on the notification bell so that you won't miss out any upcoming recipes next week. Thanks for watching. See you!